Hello everyone. So today let us take a look at this app called Hierarchy for Jira, and this app has been recently acquired by Adaptivist. Now this review, I'll be honest, and a bit of a disclaimer in the beginning, I'll be a bit biased because I used to work for Adaptivist and I love their apps, and their most popular app, Scriptner for Jira, is also my all-time favorite app. No, I'm just joking. I'm not really going to be biased. I'll do a proper, honest review. So let us look at this app, and I was actually asked to review this app. So I'm making this video on a special request, and I want to, of course, see all the features that this app has to offer, and at the same time, I'll give you my feedback on whether this app is useful, or if you can maybe use this app along with any other app to complement or fill in the gaps that we have in Jira. I mean, Jira is a great tool, but you don't really get each and everything, and that is where we use apps. And as a consultant, my job is to recommend to my clients what apps they can use by looking at various things like the features and the use cases, and also at the same time the cost. Fortunately, this app is free for up to 10 users, so this is something really good. So if you have your own Jira instance and maybe you're just evaluating, so you can just freely install this app. Now, starting with, of course, the marketplace listing, I believe that a marketplace listing should be easy and clear, and at the same time you should highlight the main features of the app. And it says here that you can visualize any project, release, or a filter in a tree. So I believe this app will, as the name suggests, it will show you this hierarchy of issues, and at the same time you can report on the progress at, I believe, different levels. At the same time, it is saying that the progress is based on the estimates. So I was looking at the marketplace listing, and I have already installed this app, and I want to show you how it works. At the same time, uh, I believe this app will let you decide if you want to view the rolled up information for or talking about the progress based on story points, or maybe the time that people are logging on the issues. You can also add your own hierarchy, which I will take a look at how to do it in Jira. But this is the marketplace listing. It is quite straightforward and clear. Also, if you scroll down, you will see the same information, but you have these bullet points talking about all the features. And if you want to know about this acquisition, so I normally keep an eye on all the latest things happening in the Atlassian ecosystem. And a couple of months back, I did notice this particular post on Adaptivist's website. I actually have previous knowledge of this app. I never really used it, to be honest, but I know the developer, not personally, but I know the developer by this blog. So the developer of the app, Reese Diab, I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly. This developer has been updating this blog with the progress. So I believe when this app was initially launched, or when this app was initially developed, you can see some information or some historical progress of this app. So this is something that is great. I mean, I really like this. I mean, you might be a developer or you might be a small company, but I think when you are also sharing your progress with everyone, I really appreciate all this. And I'm sure you also know about me. I also do the same thing on my blog and and also on my company website. So let us take a look at the app. And after installing the app, you can see this option here called Hierarchy Tree View. And to be honest, this app, the moment you open this app, you can actually start using it straight away. So it is that simple. And the good thing about this app here is that it is very simple. So you don't really need a training. Of course, you can watch my video, like this video, if you are trying to use this app. maybe my video is clear and easy to follow, but I don't really think anyone who has been using Jira for a while needs to even read the documentation. I'm sure there are a few things that will probably make more sense when you read the documentation, but if you look at this view, you of course have this hierarchy based on epics and the stories or bugs under the epics. And right now I'm using this filter called all issues, but I believe you can view this tree for a specific project or maybe for a specific release, if you know the release name, or maybe you can use the filter. So I'm using the filter, and I think this makes sense. At the same time, if you look at this view, you can collapse everything if you want to. You can also collapse, I believe, different levels. I believe you can also collapse the epics and so on. So right now, of course, I can see this, like I can see at least 2 levels. But the good thing is that even for the default hierarchy that we have in Jira software, you do have this ability where if people are estimating at the lower level, like obviously if you're using Jira software, you would use the story point field, but the information will be rolled up. So you can see that for this particular epic, we have 23, or no, total is 33, and you can see the further breakup for the individual stories under it. So it will actually roll up the estimates for you on top. So this is of course really nice, and you need this, I guess, in most cases where you are planning the work and maybe you want to know the capacity based on the initial plan. And as you proceed further, for example, if you keep on burning the story points, you will also see the progress bar here. And also you can do the same like progress based on time tracking. So there are a lot of teams, I know, in fact, a lot of my clients, they use both story points for the initial planning, but when it comes to the actual time tracking, they also use time, like the number of hours, because for billing purpose or maybe for the actuals, they care more about the hours. And you can also do this switch between these two views. You can also add your own column, like maybe an additional field. Right now I have this reporter, assignee, and epic link. You don't really need epic link, by the way, because epic link is anyways displayed on top. So let me just remove the epic link, and you can see here that we do have a few other, no, not few, I think you have a lot of fields that you can add. So this is good. I like it because while you are looking at this tree, you can definitely see here that you may want to add and display some additional fields from Jira so that you can have like a consolidated view. And also on top, you can see that you can export this to CSV, which is wonderful. You want this feature. At the same time, you want to also see here on top, maybe maybe if you have multiple levels, or maybe if you just want to focus on the task level or story level, so you can also switch the view, I believe, on top. So this is something that I think is quite useful. I can definitely see the use of this app, and the use case is basically very simple. If you are looking for a very simple view of your Jira issue hierarchy visually in a tree format, this app is definitely super useful and easy to use. Now, it is also possible to create a custom hierarchy, and for doing that, I was actually looking at the documentation of this app, and it says here that you need to basically create one link, issue link type in Jira, and you have to name it as I believe agile docs parent. So this is something that you can do, and I didn't really do it, to be honest, but it is possible, I guess. So when you have those levels and when you have those issues linked in Jira, I guess it will also replicate here on the tree view. So talking about the alternative apps, or whether you need this app or not. So I think this app definitely has like a market where if you are not really interested in using advanced roadmaps, because advanced roadmaps comes with the the premium version of Jira Cloud. At the same time, you also have, I'm talking about the overlap of this app. So you have, of course, advanced roadmaps, you have structure, you have easy BI, and you also have big picture. I have a lot of experience in easy BI and structure, and of course using advanced roadmap. You can actually do this thing. I personally use EasyBI quite a lot for doing something similar, to have like a rolled up view of the information, like especially the numbers, because when you're doing some estimation, like maybe story points or original estimate field, you want to know what is the total number. And there are, of course, other things that you can do apart from using EasyBI. If you have, let us say, a script on for Jira on server, it is very convenient to write a script to also do this roll up. But the main advantage of this app is that it is, in my opinion, very simple to use and extremely straightforward. So definitely, I would recommend this app. And if you look at the pricing of this app, I don't really think it is. Of course, when you say pricing, you can't really say that it is. It might be expensive for me, but it might be cheaper for you. But if you're trying to do a comparison based on cost, then definitely you should take a look at this particular tab here called pricing. For example, for 100 users, it says $100 $100 per month. For 500, it is in fact cheaper, I guess. So definitely, I think because this app, I don't really think it is too expensive. And if you're looking for something very simple that works, and this app actually works really well. Sometimes you install an app and you have to figure out how to configure it, how to use it. But this app, I can see here that it is, I don't think you can do anything simpler than this. So yes, I would definitely recommend. And also talking about what other features you may get with this particular app, I was reading the documentation, and I believe you can also have these fields like the total story points displayed somewhere on the issue, which I believe, let us see, if you search the documentation. So let us take a look at working with hierarchy fields. If you look at this page, they are saying that hierarchy for Jira allows you to create and add numerical fields to your Jira issues and JQL searches. So basically, you will hopefully get these fields: sprint, point, total. Maybe I can take a look at it. Because while I'm here. So let us say you go to the epic. So right now, if you look at this epic, where is my epic? Come on, let me change it to story points. And if I look at maybe one of my epic here, which is maybe the next one. So this one is, where is it? So I'll try to open one of my epic and show you maybe the number. So maybe I will try, I think on this particular epic, you do have 2 story points. Let us take a look at it, and maybe I'll try to add the field. Let us see if this works. So if you go to the project settings, and I need to basically add the field to my epic screen, or the screen used by my epic issue type in my project. So I'll go to the screens, and we have this particular, so we just have one screen for both story and epic and other issue types, but anyways, it should work. So story, point, total, and story points completed, progress. So this is definitely useful, because you want displaying the information is one thing, but if you're able to search and report based on this information, then it is of course wonderful. So if I go back to my epic, and if I take a look at those fields, hopefully I should have the same number, right? So if I look at this report for this particular epic, maybe the story point total is 2, right? And if I go back to this this particular epic, I can see here that yes, indeed, it is 2. So this is wonderful, right? And hopefully I can also search using this field. So if I go to my issue navigator, and if I try to search for this particular or search based on this particular field, I'll switch to JQL because JQL is convenient, to be honest. So story point total, can we do is not empty? Let us say is not empty, and issue type is equal to epic. So if you search for this, and if you take a look at the epics here, so let us open a couple of them, maybe 61. Can I also add this here in the issue navigator? I should be able to, right? Because it is a field. So let us add a story point total. So if I try to view this particular field, where is the field? Yeah, so we have the field. This looks wonderful, by the way. So I can also, I guess, I can also sort based on this. So this is wonderful. I like this, to be honest. I think this is definitely useful, and I can now report on this because it's a field. And I'll probably open one of the epic here, which is iOS 259. So if I go back to my actual epic, and if I take a look at the overall, maybe total number of, total based on the epics stories. So all the stories under it might have their own estimate, but you want to know the total. So this is something really useful. And what I will do is, because I think this works. I'm convinced that this is going to be useful. So this is the story point total. Let us take a look at the other one. Yes, we have this information here, and this one. So this is probably in a different project, but yeah, the field is here, so we can just add the field. So definitely useful, and I would, because it is not just a view, but you also get these fields. So this app will get my bonus points, and I will definitely recommend hierarchy for Jira. And that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about in this video. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.